hi there. Okay, so in chapter 4 we're talking about how to create your team culture. Now if you think about all the greatest teams that have ever played this sport, the greatest club teams, the greatest international teams, you can identify with them how they play, what their style is, what their behaviour is, what their attitude is, how they handle themselves, and that is the culture. That is the culture of the team. That's the culture of the environment in which they're being exposed to, is coming through in the way that they're playing. In the 1990s, Manchester United probably had one of the best cultures of any team anywhere. They believed everyone was against them, and that every time someone turned up to Old Trafford, it was like the FA Cup final for them. That was the biggest game of the season, and they were right, which meant that Manchester United had to work harder than everyone else, had to be more physical than everyone else, had to be fitter than everyone else, and then they had to be more talented than anyone else. And it was only after they got through those first 3 hurdles would their talent take over. And in the last decade, if you like, since Sir Alex Ferguson has retired, that culture has slipped away, because the figurehead, the main man that was setting the culture, has gone. That main person is you. So if you don't set the culture, if you don't set the tone, if you don't set the environment, you won't get the best out of the players that you've got. They may not be the most talented, they may not be the most physical, they may not be the quickest, they may not be the fittest, but that doesn't matter. What matters is can you elevate them from where they are right now here, and can you take them here? And then once you've taken them here, can you take them here? And then from there, you get the message, yeah? So you keep incrementally improving them by exposing them to a little bit more of this culture, a little bit more of this work ethic, a little bit more of this desire, this inner spirit that says we may not be as good as you, but we are going to work our socks off so that we can beat you. And that's how you set the culture. So the whole of this particular chapter is talking about the culture, the team dynamic. Who are the people in your team that are the leaders? Who can cultivate this culture for you? Who in your team are the people that you're going to need to change the way that they think and the way that they operate, because they're toxic? They're a little bit of an issue. How do you get everybody on the same page pulling together? Because only when you do that will you manage to find the best possible outcomes for all your players. Yeah, if you've got factions within your team, one's pulling this way, one's pulling that way, one's going here, you're going there, it'll never work. Eventually the team will break up, the players will go in different directions because they're not getting what they want from the culture and the experience. So if you can set the culture and the experience to be what they want it to be, they'll stay together. The longer they can stay together, the better they'll be, because they'll get used to each other, they'll get used to how each other play. So this whole chapter is about setting the culture, determining the culture, and deciding how you implement that culture so that the players and the parents can all get around it and embrace it. Alright, that's it from me. Enjoy your chapter. Talk to you soon. Oh, and don't forget, refer to your guidebook. The guidebook's there to help you along the way. So talk to you soon. Bye bye.